Hi there, it's Thomas George, and I just want to make this quick video to talk about some of the things I learned from creating my latest album. So this was called Afterlife. It actually took me quite a while to create and finish, longer than I actually wanted. And that's the first point, is just get the songs done and release them. They're never going to be perfect. I know some of the songs I had like 10, 11 different versions. You're not going to please everyone. It's never ever going to be perfect. Just get it as good as you can. It's kind of how the song actually makes someone feel is most important. The compositional elements, the actual little tweaks of production. It doesn't matter as much as you think. Most people aren't going to hear the slight changes you make all the time. So really you do have to just, get it out there and release it. I actually know one person who's been working on an album pretty much their whole life and they've still never finished it. If you look at the most successful bands or artists throughout history, they release music. You may not think their music is perfect, but they release it. So you just got to get it out there, got to get it done, and got to finish it. My next point is don't try and please everyone. If you make your music to try and please everyone, it's going to be super generic, and you're not really going to get any hardcore fans. So don't try and please everyone. Don't try and make it too pop or too generic. You can if you want, but you're going to be selling your soul a lot of the time. Write the music that comes from you, that comes from your heart. And and if people don't like it, who cares? You want people to dislike it, that means it's polarizing in one way or another. So don't care if people don't like it. If anything, that means you're doing something that's out of the ordinary, that isn't too commercial, too generic. The next thing I learned is always ask people for feedback, even non-musicians. Sometimes non-musicians can be the best people to ask for feedback because they're not necessarily listening to the chord progressions or the production elements. They're just listening and how does this make them feel? Or they might say something, oh, this one's quite jumpy, or this one's quite chilled. And as a musician or producer, you might think, how is this jumpy? What does that even mean? How does chilled even mean? Because they're listening from an emotional point of view rather than a technical point of view. As a musician or a producer, you can kind of overanalyze sometimes. You're thinking of all the different little elements, which the regular listener, the non-musician, isn't really going to be thinking about. As I said, they're just going to be thinking about how it makes them feel. So find someone that you know is a non-musician, and musicians as well, and just ask them about their feedback and what you think could be improved and what they like and what they dislike. My next point is to hire a mastering engineer. So I've learned, as I said on the first point, it's never going to be perfect, it's never going to get done, which is why I like to work with a mastering engineer, because they're going to make sure it's done, they're going to make sure it's finished, because otherwise there's going to be 100 different versions, you're never going to get it done. Just get it as good as you can, and set yourself a time frame, like this certain date, I'm going to send these tracks to this master engineer, and just get it as good as you possibly can for that time. And then the master engineer can take it from there. And then once it's mastered, that's it. You can't really go back and change it. In this album, Afterlife, there's one track on there. I think the drums are a little bit too quiet. And I'm always thinking, I wish I could go back and just make the drums a bit louder, but most people aren't even, probably no one's going to notice that. It could be 1 dB louder, for example. But the master engineer, they can just help you get it done and help you get it released. And my next point is release it. Don't just make the music and have it sitting there. I've done this before. Get it on Spotify, get it on Apple Music, get it on all the major streaming platforms. Use a distribution site like CD Baby or TuneCore and get it out there. Get your music out there so people can listen to it. I do think writing music is a good thing to do for you, so you can get your expression out there. But of course, it needs to be heard by people as well. So make sure you get your music, make sure you get it done, and release it. The next thing I learned as well is try and make some music videos. On my YouTube channel, I have got some music videos for my latest album, and a music video for every single one, which I filmed, which took quite a while, but a lot of people nowadays, they don't just want to listen to the music, they want to see the video. I do this as well. There's a new artist that I like, I go to YouTube and I try and find their music video. So even if it's just a few graphics or a lyric video, or you can just film on your phone and do like a vlog type thing, just adding an extra visual element can really help. And this is the first time I've actually kind of made a music video for every single song on the album, which I think hopefully people like. It adds an extra element to it. And that's what I've learned, make music videos if possible. So I hope you find this video useful. This is just some of the things I learned from creating my new album. Just got to get it out there, just got to release it, work with a mastering engineer, set yourself time frames, make sure it's done at that time or it's never going to get done. Make some music videos and release it out into the world, and hopefully people like it. And if they don't, that's cool as well. As I said, your music doesn't have to be vanilla so everyone likes it. You want it a little bit polarizing. You want some people to dislike it and some people to love it, and the only way you can do that is to make something that isn't too generic. So make your music, get it out there. And that's my advice anyway. I hope you find this video useful. If you like it, give it a like. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.